Hello, everybody. I'm just pulling up maybe like 10 minutes early. I'm going to give everybody a chance to get in. My name is Aya, and tonight we're going to be discussing a little bit more deeply into uh, what is spiritual appropriation. But I'm not going to start talking about it yet until more people pull up. I'm going to make myself a lotus and lang body spray right quick as I wait. And I might smoke some blue lotus flowers as well, just to let you guys know. Oop, this is dead in the water. Okay. Whew. It smells really good. All right. I have on makeup. I don't usually wear makeup. I have on makeup. Let me fix my clothes. But yeah, I decided to do this because there was just so much comments and conversation, deep conversation, uh, being had in the comment section. And so we're just going to delve a little bit deeper into this subject. Okay. All types of stuff going on here. I know you guys can probably hear the heater. Let me know if it's like overwhelming my voice, then I'll put on my headphones or something. But it gets cold in here at night. So I wanted to cut it on. Hello to people that are here. Can you tell me who's here, if you don't mind, so that I can properly say hello to you? It's going to be dark in here soon. Y'all see that sun going down? So we have like a good 10 minutes before I really get started. Hey, Rachel. Did you sign up on Eventbrite or are you just here because you saw the live? I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna smoke some blue lotus flowers. That's what I'm about to do. Oh, okay. Well, what's up? Are you a tarot reader or oracle reader or psychic? Mhm. I haven't smoked this in a while. I have not smoked Blue Lotus or anything in a while. So this is going to feel really good. So I guess while I wait, because I'm technically not supposed to be starting until 7 p.m. Eastern time, I will play my sound bowl. I read birth charts, but I've only done them for my friends so far. Okay, yeah, I started off reading my own charts, then all my friends, all my family, everybody was looking at me like I was crazy. Like, girl, why do you have hundreds of charts? they literally, I would hear people talking. Hey, girl. Hey, Nicole. I would hear people. If Rachel's gone, I don't need to keep talking about this. While I wait for people to come in to the live, I'm going to play my sound bowl for a little while. It'll help me as well. Calm down. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, I thought you had left. I guess I can't count on the analytics of the of what I'm seeing on the back end. I'm sorry, Rachel. How's the sound? Thank you. I got dressed up for you guys. I put on makeup for you. I haven't put on makeup in months. Can you hear the sound though? Hello, everybody that's here. Really to check the sound, the setup. I haven't started yet. Honestly, my day, I took a nap today. I went to the store today. I ate a couple of tamales today. I was going to meet up with a friend, but she wasn't feeling well. But I actually asked my guides for her to cancel. I don't know why. I just didn't cancel myself. I'm such a pussy when it comes to stuff like that. I don't like canceling on people. So I'd be like, guys, can you please have them cancel? I didn't want her to be sick though. Um, yeah. And so I took a nap. Before my nap, I felt run down and I was really nervous about doing this live. And after I took my nap, I felt very optimistic. It's amazing what a little sleep can do. Before my nap, I was like, done. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I have my food and drink ready. Just fed the kids and gave them the talk not to bother me until I'm done. Yay! I have my drink here too. I have my blue lotus flowers. Thank you for the compliment. Where's my blue lotus? I brought my blue lotus flowers with me from Atlanta. I'm not much of a smoker because it really clogs up I'm gonna be coughing tomorrow, and then I'm gonna be outside and people gonna be looking at me like I got coronas. But I cough around here anyway. Like I cough in Peru. It's dusty outside. This is a dusty town, Cusco. It took me some getting used to when I first got here. I've been here 6 months and I'm not used to it. I'm not all the way used to it. I had to call a counselor and empathetic coach and call on people to help me because I started seeing that I was getting depressed and I wanted to go home, and I don't even really want to go home. I don't want to go to the US right now, but it's the cultural shock, and I just been away from home for 6 months. I had to have a little compassion on myself about that. So it's 6, yay! So I am not a waiter. I like to be on time. To let you guys know, Cassandra won't be here because last night when I was trying to make sure the sound check and stuff was going to be okay, we missed each other, and so it's just me and you, and that's okay. I think that's how it's supposed to be anyway. I kind of figured it would be that way. I want to live by the candle light that I have going on. I don't want to turn on any artificial lights. I don't like artificial light, but if I'm too dark, you guys let me know and I'll turn on the lamp I brought in here. But I'm gonna pray over this. I have lots of notes. I'm a little nervous. I go live all the time, but feels different. So I'm gonna pray. And this is how I pray. I call upon my guides, my spirit team, my ancestors, and my angels. And first, I'd like to give thanks for all of our many blessings, for life, for love, for our challenges, for our higher consciousness. And as we speak about spiritual appropriation, I ask that the angels come through and that whatever divine purpose wants to say, intuition, divine love wants to say, it gets said. And whatever doesn't need to be said, I pray that it does not get said. And I also ask that any dark entities that are here to fool around be expelled into the white, pure light. And so it is. Let's get started. So, I think it was like a week or two ago, I made a video, and maybe it wasn't a week ago. 2 weeks, but time feels like it's gone by so fast. About spiritual appropriation. I made a video about how my little brother called me out about using this deck. It's called the Vision Quest Tarot deck. It's made by a white woman. And I didn't know that. I had never looked up tarot decks, oracle decks, or even really cared about who made them. I really cared about if I connected to the artwork or the story or the energy, the synergy of the cards, and he really made me, he tripped me up. and I didn't know what to say. And it caused a rift between us. And he started looking at me like I was full of shit and I didn't know what I was talking about. And I didn't know what I was doing. Like my place as a big sister, I felt like in his eyes was like womp womp womp. And I was so hurt. And I didn't know how to make up with him, or if I should say anything. If he was, I knew he wasn't wrong, but I wasn't wrong either, because my attitude until till he asked me that question has always been that if the energy is channeled, if the if someone feels inspired by a certain culture, if someone feels inspired, um, or if they feel connection, then what they have to say or how they feel and how they want to express it isn't wrong. You know, it isn't harmful. It's okay. It's especially since I work with people in their past lives. I really I work with all different people: Indian, Black, white, Hispanic, different religions. I am a lover of people in general, and I allow people to come as they are. And however I can help them, I feel like that's my job, you know. And so, and when looking at tarot and oracle decks, I just never really question anyone's motives. I never question where they got the information from, or if they were appropriating these people's cultures or not. And so we're just going to kind of take a look on another level about what is spiritual appropriation, because this has caused me to take a deeper look at that. So let's look at what it means to be spiritual, and what spirituality actually is. And now, I didn't get these definitions from any book. What's up? Namaste. This is my own definition, and you're free to share yours, and you're free to disagree with me. I am not here to take over your mind or to tell you how to be, what to think, but I'm sharing my insight. So what is spirituality? So to me, first, spirituality is the intangible part of ourselves. It's the invisible. It's the eternal. We come from a great creator. In Hindu mythology, which I love to study, she's called Prakriti. And even the Purusha, which is a combination of male and female energies. And so the intangible turns into the tangible, which is the destructible part of spirit. Prakriti is both. She is intangible, and she's also tangible. And so a lot of times in our culture, in our society, we worship what our eyes can see, which is destructive to our psyche, because what is tangible is going to come to an end. It's going to go through its cycle. It's going to be used for its purpose, and then it's going to pass away. And there are levels to spirituality, which is also important to this conversation. There is the ignorance, which we would call darkness. And there's passion, which is wanting results for the deeds that you do. And then there is the higher, pure realm of spirituality, which is surrender. Surrender to who you really are, what you really are, where you come from, who created you. It's kind of like that attitude of not my will, but your will be done. So what is appropriation? Appropriation is taking something that doesn't belong to you and then selling it for a profit. And I guess an example I was thinking about would be if you came in my home and you stole something out of my home and I caught you stealing it. First, I would want to beat your ass for stealing from me. Second, I would be like, well, where's my money? Because you can't just come in my house, steal from me, and then resell it and keep the money for yourself. That's fucked up. That makes no sense, right? But this is what appropriation does. And then I ask, so how does appropriation happen without people fighting back or without people getting mad, like I just said, and standing up for their boundaries? And I did some research on, say, like, I have a list here of some cultures or people. That's right. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Excuse me. That's right. The Savic, Roger, and Thomas. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But Soul Talker, I didn't want to get into that because some people don't know about those levels of spirituality. But I feel like it's appropriate to get into that for this conversation. But yeah, I was saying I have a list of people who have been kind of their cultures have been appropriated, their stories have been taken from them, and people just kind of, it's not just people, but it's certain people in society that keep doing these things over and over again. As I look at, I'm sorry, yeah, I don't know. As I look at what has happened to us as people throughout centuries. This is hundreds of years. Like, I was looking at the Spanish and the Mayans, and it goes back to the 1517. It goes back like, oh my God, because I was like asking these questions and I was like, why didn't these people fight back? But they did fight back. Everybody has fought back. Everybody has been at war for their culture, for their spirituality, for their right to express themselves how they want to without someone coming in and trying to take over their culture. Now, I also look at karma. I also look at why. I ask why, because the universe is about balance. It's about cause and effect. There's always a why. And so also in my video that I made last week, I ended it with talking about human sacrificing. I'm writing that down as a side note, but yeah, so this is how appropriation happens. Someone comes in and they traumatize you. They fight you and beat you down to a pulp until you give in and you make a deal and you say, okay, what do I have to do to make this fighting end? What is it that you want? And a lot of times colonizers come in and they want free labor, right? In order to get people to work for free, in order to steal humans, this is making me upset. In order to steal people and take people from their livelihood, you would have to traumatize their mind, steal from their families, cut them down to the point to where you're controlling their mind and you beat them down so they don't fight back anymore. And then you also tell them it's illegal for you to speak or read or learn. So, and the storytellers get killed off a lot of times. This makes me upset. The storytellers get killed off, or they are paid off. I was looking at Native American culture. My family tells me that we are part of the Creek Indians. And when I started studying more about the Creek Indians, I was like, oh, these people made a deal so that they could stay alive. A lot of deals that were made were basically the people that were who were in charge, like the elders, the leaders. They were paid off, and they were given slaves as well. It's like you have to become part of the club. So that makes me so upset. So there's like all this stuff going on. This isn't just like a simple conversation to have. This is genocide. When we're talking about spiritual appropriation, we're talking about ripping people from everything they know and then giving them another story. So that's why, when I was looking at, I have this native deck here. I have a lot of decks. I have decks at home in Atlanta, but I also have this Mayan deck here. It's called the Sultan's Tarot. I looked up this guy. He's a white guy. And this particular deck doesn't come with like a booklet to explain all the symbols and stuff. But one of the most disturbing cards I have, it's the truth, but it's disturbing. One of the most disturbing cards here is the Ten of Cups. Now, because he doesn't have, what do you guys see here? Because he doesn't have a description book, I can only assume that this is about child sacrifice. But what's disturbing is that they're smiling, like the emotion. And this is the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is about emotional satisfaction. And so that's, thank you, Shamrock. You're getting to my points before I get there. But yes, it does sound like narcissism, doesn't it? It is narcissism. It's narcissism. So that card is very disturbing, that the creator of this deck, sees child sacrificing as emotionally satisfying. I don't know how that could be. Emotionally satisfying for who? And you see, that's where the levels of spirituality come in. We oftentimes worship these ancient societies for being highly spiritual and having advanced technology spiritually, but they participated in things like human sacrificing. I don't personally believe that that's a high spiritual level that I want to attain. That's not something I look up to. It's something that I feel like karmically has caused the downfall of these civilizations. These are just theories. This is just conversation. I'm here to kind of help people maybe see things in a different way than maybe they usually would. But again, I'm not trying to like invade your mind or take over any of your beliefs. But these are just things that I've been thinking about that I think is important, because these things are still going on. And it's the reason why we can't ever seem to live in paradise and in harmony, because the underbelly of things nobody really discusses or talks about, but we see it going on right in front of our faces. Well, what are we supposed to do about it if nobody says anything? So when appropriating a culture, I said you make friends with the elders and the warriors, and you probably would pit the elders and the warriors against each other, cause gossiping, dissension, triangulation, and you get rid of the truth tellers, because I'm sure there's people that's like, do you see what's going on? Do you see what's happening here? Oftentimes you can just look at how people go into these different cultures and they want to learn everything about the culture. And then and it looks friendly, but then they come in with vaccinations and they come in with all types of schemes and plans, and people come in, the Asians come in and they take over, white people come in and they take over these people's villages and their towns and stuff, offering them whatever it is that they're offering them. So there's an infiltration. And so then you erase the history of the people. You erase their story and you give them a new story. And then you pay the new storytellers, the scientists, the researchers, the writers, and you put them on the payroll to tell them new stories. And I feel like these stories can often be told through our tarot and oracle decks as well. It's not just through movies. It's not just through television. Those are ways that we know what's being told. But if you were to, I do have a good oracle deck. Now, this is an independent deck I have. It's called the Northern Lights, a journey to insight. Okay, and this is from a woman who lives in the Rocky Mountains, and she made this deck independently. Now, I was looking it up today, and it's basically not, you're not able to find it. But this is a story she knows. This is a story that she's lived. This is her story. And that's all I'm saying, and I'm seeing is like, tell your own story. Like, tell your own story. Because we can't go back and trace the truth unless you're going to talk about within these decks about how these people have been conquered. I mean, I was looking up the Mayan history, and they were fighting for centuries. They put up a really big fight. And then I looked at other history, and it was saying that, oh, we don't know what happened to the Mayans. They became extinct, maybe because of famine, maybe because of infertility. Maybe I was like, nigga, what is you talking about? You see, like, I was like, that's an example to me of how you can just kind of rewrite history, tell people anything, and then we believe it because we're so disconnected. We are so disconnected from nature. We are so focused on that part of us that is tangible. We're so focused on gaining material things. Our stories and culture come from us connecting with God ourselves. We don't need to tell us a story. You can go sit out by a tree and listen to the tree yourself, and then write the story the tree tells you and pass it on to your children. That's how I feel about life. I go outside, and I am my own archaeologist, and I am my own scientist, and I pick herbs and flowers. I eat them. I taste them. I write about them, about my experiences with them. I take pictures of them. I look up the properties. You have to connect with nature. We have to reconnect ourselves. We can't allow people to sell us a story all of our lives. I am so tired of it, And then let's get a little bit deeper into the appropriation. And so not only are you having the scientists and experts on a payroll, you put the people of the culture on a payroll as well. And you set them up for entertainment. This entertainment is for them to be an example of how you're supposed to now act. This is how we talk. This is what we laugh at. This is what we wear. This is how we speak. No. Don't talk about the past, or else you're too serious. Don't cry about your pain, or else you're not cool. Don't wear your head wraps. That's not fashionable. Everything that will connect you to your true self, your true story, is considered to be uncool, and you get thrown out and ostracized. The most painful thing you can do to a herd animal like a human is tell us that we're not liked and we're not loved. That hurts our feelings. And to be liked and loved, as we can look at society, people are willing to do damn near anything to be liked, to be loved, and to be considered one of the ones who aren't cool. So it takes people like us. I know you guys are leaders, because I'm attracted to you. Only leaders are attracted to me. Most of the time when I'm helping people, it's people who are leaders in society, the truth tellers in society, the people who are scapegoat. And now we're going to get into that part. Human sacrificing in general is about someone not wanting to take responsibility for their own energy and doing the work that they would need to do in order to get the results that they want in their life. It's putting something, it's like, here, take this instead. Not me. Don't ask me for anything. I'm going to take the easy way out. And that's what scapegoating is in our society. Where did I write about that? What page is that on? Yeah, so I put pay the people whom story they belong to as entertainment to act against higher spiritual principles. These people are the cool, and then if you don't conform to the cool, then you are abandoned, outcasted, ridiculed, smeared, erased, and sometimes killed. You become the blame. You know, you become the person that is blamed for all the problems in society. You become, and that reminds me of the Black natives in America. I don't believe that everybody that were slaves in America were African. A lot of the slaves were Native American. The Native Americans enslaved themselves, copying off of the colonizers, making deals with them. So you scapegoat the people in the culture who you have appropriated. And instead of listening to their stories, instead of listening to who they are, who they were, you take on the colonizers, the appropriators take on the qualities. They pretend like they're taking on the higher spiritual values. Thank you, Shinra. I crave these conversations too. They pretend to take on the higher spiritual values as the new leaders, the new spiritual leaders in society. And look where that has gotten us. You can't fool God. You can't fool spirit. You can't put on the symbols and put on the garb and then parade yourself. That reminds me of the Pharisees. You know, you research things down to a pulp. You break everything apart, and then you sell the story back to the people as if they don't already know. That's insulting. You know, I have white people come onto my page sometimes in my comment section, and they're just so amazed at how smart it is. Wow, look at it. It can talk. Oh, wow. You actually mentioned things that other YouTubers didn't mention. Good job, Black girl. Good job. You must have had read something. I'd be so insulted. But you know, I see, I feel, I hear. But I also know this is a long road, and there's no need for me to get bent out of shape. I just have to stay focused on what my job is and not pay attention to that dumbass shit. Of course I'm connected to spirit. It's part of my bloodline. That's how I feel about that. All right. I was writing about how, yes, here it is. So I put slave / slave master, the appropriated, narcissist, and scapegoat. Is all. If you guys grew up in a narcissistic family system, then you know how this shit works all too well. And I feel like those of us who did grow up in a narcissistic family system, and we are higher beings, most of us. What's up, Rob? Then this is our job. You have to go no contact from your family. A lot of us are avoiding standing alone and standing up for what we believe in because of what I was saying before. It's painful to feel abandoned, that's like you're not liked, like you're not loved. But in order to change things around, these appropriators, the narcissists, the slave masters, they have to do the work themselves. They have to learn to do the work themselves. They can no longer rob us of our soul life, our life force energy, our studying. You know how much time we take on putting ourselves in the good vibes, and then to have a narcissist come and tell you that and make you feel like you ain't shit. Basically, that's what appropriators do. They come to your town and say, you ain't shit. What you got on ain't shit. Wear what I wear. Do what I do. Be like me. And then they appropriate your culture and have you standing around looking stupid as hell, trying to be like them. It looks like they're ascending and gaining abundance and gaining favor from spirit. But what you're really looking at is like the invasion of the body snatchers. You know, if you don't take your place, if you don't stand up in your own skin and your own spirit, then someone else will take your place. Someone else will take your place, and you'll be sitting there looking stupid. Like, that's what I do. You're copying off of what the, you know. So at a certain point, you have to be like, shut your stupid ass up. And talk about what you know. And bitch, if you don't know nothing, then shut up. We have to stop being afraid, because of what happens is that our families and friends become they want to be part of the cool entertainment people, and they'll turn you too. They will turn on you, and they will turn you in. They will tattle on you. So yeah, I put slave masters need to be needed. They're always looking for slaves. There's a deep-seated insecurity in people who appropriate culture. They don't know how to connect, nor are they willing to do the work to connect. You know, yeah, they don't want to do the work to authentically connect with God on their own. So they look at the symbols like, that's how they do it. That's how they connect with God. I'll put the feathers on. You know, I'll do the dance, but it's an inside job, boo. It's hard work. It's discipline, you know? And so us as higher spiritual beings, sensitive people, highly sensitive people, scapegoats, what else? Empaths, whatever you want to call it. You have to be strong. You have to know your worth. Not necessarily in the eyes of the world. This world is full of ignorance. You have to become secure. You know, you have to transcend that feeling of abandonment. And how you do that is you sit with that abandonment, you sit with that death, and you choke it out. And you will ascend. That's how you ascend. You have to face death. You face death by feeling it in the cells of your body, and you let it disperse through your being. So this is all psychology 101. If you want someone to live or to like or want you, you don't validate them. This is what the red pill guys are preaching now about dating and how to get a woman. They're preaching, if you want her to like you, if you want her to want you, stop validating her, and she'll chase you for that validation until the cows come home. So you literally have to train yourself to not need that validation. Even if you didn't get it from your mother or your father. What did I put that for? That don't make no sense. So if you stop needing their validation, then eventually you will become independent. And your independence will turn narcissists off. They don't really care for someone around them that's independent. They can't do anything with you. So you'll eventually slide out of their energy field and they won't really see you anymore and you won't see them. And that is ascension. So where you get your energy to a certain level, it's called neutrality. To a certain neutral level that the darkness doesn't see you anymore and you don't see it. I've been in no contact from my mother, my narcissistic mother, for almost 10 years. And when I talk about her, people are like, oh, I'm sorry that your mom passed. I'm like, oh, she ain't dead. But we don't see each other anymore. We don't. There's nothing there left in me about our story, our struggle, our escape narcissist pain. She served her purpose in my life, in my world. She helped me ascend. She helped me become a master of my own energy. She helped me become spiritually autonomous, so that I'm not searching for this so-called validation. All right. I feel like the reason why this world is so dumb and ignorant and dark, because choosing money over your spirituality is stupid, because you are abundant. Like, we are one of the the main goddesses is Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. I'm actually working on an abundance karma workbook and course right now, because one of the most important principles about life, the law of abundance. You can take a seed. I have some seeds over there, I don't have them in front of me, but you can feed your whole life with one seed. That's a law of the universe. So chase after money is futile, because all you have to do is search within and focus on the fact that you are walking, talking, living abundance. You don't need nothing from nobody else. Nobody can take anything from you. And so you can walk in peace and in harmony with yourself and with God, knowing that you're safe, secure, abundant, and you really don't need validation from appropriators. And you can write your own story. You don't have to be silenced anymore. We are allowed to speak now. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that they're not really speaking, and they're not really proclaiming their kingdom. They're not proclaiming the kingdom of God. They're not proclaiming their health, their wealth, their children, their family, and our societies and our cultures. You guys are the people that are going to be leaders in your community, because change is grassroots. And you don't have to be super loud. You can just have meetings in your home and cook some food. That's culture. Have some conversations. That's language. That's culture. Things need to be passed down in that way again, instead of everybody trying to get a money grab. Our children are torn to pieces. We were torn to pieces. I was torn to shreds, okay, by my mom, who's chasing after being cool. That's all narcissists are doing. They're chasing after being fucking cool. It's annoying. That is the end of my dissertation or whatever that was. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm open to talking to you, and you guys can comment, ask questions. I would love to talk to you. I didn't take long. It would have took longer if I had more girls here with me. Let me see. Shamrock said, oh my God, yes, yes. Ready for a deep, saucy conversation? Well, it's over now. Unless you guys have something that you want to add and want to say. Yes. And Soul Talker was talking about the Savic, Raja, and Tamas, and that's what I was talking about, the spiritual levels. These things that we go through in society are necessary, like I was saying, for our spiritual awakening and our growth. Without the darkness, you really can't ascend. And so the deeper the darkness is in society is also the potential for the highest light. Cujo, the African said, that was dope. By the way, Mars is actually my Orient, not Pluto, but it still resonated. Pluto and Mars be having some of the same diddy bops, a little bit. Ross said, I think it's beautiful and brave that you decided to do this. Girl, I was scared too. Cujo, time to own the darkness. Yes, while I was contemplating and being I cried a lot. I feel like we separate ourselves from these stories, and they're just stories. But we are our ancestors. There's no coincidence that I'm here in South America, right? And I'm in Cuzco, and people keep inviting me to go to all these ancient sites because I'm here to connect with myself in a lot of ways. And a lot of this, I feel like I have been involved in past lives, this ignorant ass shit. And so you keep coming back and you clean it up. You do your part and you clean this stuff up. You know, we don't start off as enlightened, apparently. But yeah, I feel like, and like Cujo was saying, in owning the darkness, you have to feel it. You have to let it affect you. And then that's how these mythical stories are useful. I feel like humanity's story that doesn't often get talked about, like what's really going on in the dark side of society. You know, if everybody were to actually just take a look and see what's happening to us and really mourn and cry about it, it would change a lot of people's lives. And we wouldn't treat each other the way we do, treat ourselves the way we do. We need to be better to ourselves and to each other, to our children. We all deserve better. This may be a weird time to mention, but I had a dream about you. Oh, and the lady that was supposed to be on tonight. Oh, girl, what happened? I felt your pain and frustration when you were holding those Native American cards done by the white woman. You know what? I still like those cards. But I want you guys to make some cards. I want you guys to like get rich off of your own stories. You know, I want you to own us, you know. That's what really needs to happen. They got us working so hard, you know, we can't even focus on what Spirit's trying to tell us. But that's where focusing in on your spirituality comes in. If any of you guys follow me on my Instagram, I'm not like the best social media person. My energy is very limited. For those of you who are into human design, I am a projector, and I don't have a whole lot of energy. I do the best I can, but I'm often posting like chanting with the Sri Yantra. Well, most of the time I'm holding it up after I finish chanting. This is a a symbol for the goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. And this is her energy in yantra form. And according to Hindu text, this is more powerful than actually having the goddess Lakshmi, the statue, in your home. And so I often tell people to print out the Sri Yantra and like put it all over their home. You want to have it. My favorite is the ghetto tarot deck created in Haiti. I've never seen that. I thought you were talking about the one that was created in New Orleans. That was made, the one in New Orleans was made by a white lady. And I think it's called the Ghetto Tarot Deck too, if I'm not mistaken. And I was very disturbed by her walking around New Orleans, snapping pictures because it's in photograph form. She has a photography art book of Black people in New Orleans, and she has a tarot deck, and she had like a whole campaign, and I was struggling with that. I don't know. I just was like, let those people have that. Let those people do that. I don't know. I'll just be like, some stuff I'd be like, y'all let that lady walk around taking pictures of y'all neighborhood like that? I would be like, what is you doing? But yeah, I was saying about the having the Sri Yantra around you everywhere. If you want to move out of, working for others and needing money from other people, you need to really, that's a spiritual thing, getting your abundance from spirit, contacting spirit for what you need, and making sure that you're doing that every day. That way you're not looking outside of yourself, and no one can control you by what you need. I'm about to smoke. That's just what it is. What it is. I was really nervous. I was wondering if I was going to get a chance to say everything I wanted to say. Anything else? If not, guys, I'm going to go night-night. I'm just going to go chill out. But I appreciate you guys for coming and speaking to me. I appreciate all you guys' energy and all the work that you're doing on yourselves and out in the world. I know that for me anyway, it's been a progression of me awakening to the fact that I'm fucked up or that I was fucked up, and then me trying to fix that, and become a better person. And then it's been a process of me giving back the things that I've learned to others, and it just seems to progress because I feel like it's like a stepping ladder. When you grow, you reach down and you help people at least get to the levels that you've gotten through. That's the reason to come back here as a higher being. And some of us have never been here before, but we're just here to help. Beings that are from higher dimensions of love have a really hard time here. But we can do this. We can do our part. We can make ourselves proud. We can make our guides and our angels and make the goddess proud, and make our ancestors proud. The work that you do on yourself is not only just for you, it's for your bloodline. It also heals your ancestors as well. When you rise up in levels spiritually, your ancestors come along with you. They're within you. They're with you always. And so that, I bid you guys good night, farewell. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Peace.